Ah, Rocroi, a name that echoes not with the clang of swords, but with the slow, embarrassing thud of a crumbling empire. Greetings, noble traveler. I am King Arthur, once and future king of Camelot, and today your guide through the messy, powder-scented pages of history. Sit ye down, sharpen thy wit, and let us witness the moment Spain dropped its imperial crown and tripped over it in front of the French. Now imagine you're the most feared power in Europe. You've got colonies from the Americas to Asia, more gold than sense, and armies so strict they probably ask for permission before blinking. That was Spain in the early 1600s. The Spanish tercios, legendary squares of armored doom, were basically the tanks of the Renaissance. No one dared challenge them. Until, well, Rocroi happened. It was 1643. Spain was old, bloated, and frankly, a little too confident, like a knight still wearing full armor to a dinner party. France, on the other hand, was young, ambitious, and very angry. Why angry? Because they'd been stuck in the 30 Years' War, a conflict so confusing it makes modern politics look like a village council meeting. Spain had been throwing its weight around Europe for over a century, but by now, their empire was stretched thinner than a monk's patience during Lent. Enter France, and more specifically, a 21-year-old nobleman with fabulous hair and no fear, the Duke of Enghien, soon to be known as the Grand Condé. Yes, at 21, he was commanding armies. At 21, I was pulling swords from stones and dodging Merlin's lectures. Anyway, the Spanish marched into France to lift the siege of Rocroi, a sleepy little town in northern France that had no idea it was about to become legendary. The Spanish force was commanded by Francisco de Melo, a man who truly believed this was just another routine spanking of the French. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The battle began in the usual way, shouting, gunpowder, horses screaming in 4 languages. The Spanish tercios, solid as ever, stood their ground in the center. But Enghien had something the tercios didn't: flexibility. Oh, and also a cavalry that wasn't allergic to risk. He launched a surprise flanking maneuver, smashed the Spanish right, circled around like a hawk, and, to put it bluntly, shredded them. And the tercios, they stood, and then died. With terrifying discipline, they formed their squares and fought to the last man. It was gallant, tragic, and frankly quite inconvenient for the French who just wanted them to fall already. But the message was clear. Spain's invincible military had met its match. Their myth was broken, their momentum gone. And let's not forget the broader implications, dear viewer. Rocroi wasn't just a win for France. It was the beginning of the end for Spain's dominance in Europe. No longer would their flag strike fear in every court. No longer would their gold buy silence and obedience. France was on the rise, and Spain was headed for a long, drawn-out imperial hangover. Now, if you're still here, and not marching off to start your own empire, I salute your curiosity. Tell me in the comments, was Spain's fall inevitable? Or could they have turned the tide if not for one overconfident general? I read all your thoughts, between dragon sightings and round table meetings, of course. And if you enjoyed this romp through musket smoke and royal pride, give this video a royal like. Subscribe so I may regale you with more tales of glorious missteps and historical drama. After all, history is not just names and dates. It is a long series of people thinking they rewrite until they're very, very wrong. Until next time, fair traveler, may your tercios be steady, your generals humble, and your empire wisely managed. I remain your loyal storyteller, King Arthur.